Sorry about the sun here. I'm trying to stay out of it so I don't look really bright. But yeah. So today I'm going to be doing a cruise tips video. So yeah, if you guys didn't know, I was on a cruise about 6 weeks ago now. Sad face. But I put the vlogs up from the cruise not long ago. Maybe like, yeah, there's vlogs up from the cruise. So I thought I'd do some cruise tips for you today, so help anyone out that's going or thinking of going and thinking what might be handy to know before you go. That is my phone. Right, so I've got my little notepad down here with all my tips in, so don't mind if I keep looking down. Okay, so tip number 1 is pack what you want and don't feel guilty about it, because on a cruise there is no baggage limit. Unless you're going on a fly cruise, then there's a baggage limit because of the flight. But if you're not going on a fly cruise and you're just going from, obviously, in the same country as you are, then don't worry about your baggage limit, because there is no baggage limit on a cruise. You can take as many suitcases as you want, as much stuff as you want with no extra cost. I took 18 pairs of shoes with me. Yes, 18 pairs, and I brought a pair out there, so I had 19 pairs of shoes, and I wore like 5 of them, so... But you know, it's nice to have that option there, because you can have that option there. And with clothes as well, I took so many clothes. I brought about 5 outfits home that I didn't even wear, but it was nice to have that option there. That's always nice. So number 2 is choose your choosing your cabin. So we had an inside cabin, and inside cabin is great, but I think I would recommend a balcony, just because inside cabin, I mean, when we chose our inside cabin, there's no windows or anything. It's the cheapest one. That's like what we chose, because it was the cheapest one. And we thought, if we want to, you know, have a balcony, we can just go up to the top deck and look out up there. And my auntie had a balcony anyway, so we went over to her room to look out her balcony and stuff like that. So we thought, oh yeah, we can just do that, and you're not in your room that much anyway, you're just in there to sleep and get dressed and stuff. So we thought, oh, we'll just go for an inside. But now thinking about it, I would have a balcony, just because we slept in a lot, because there's no natural sunlight coming in whatsoever. It's pitch black throughout the night, and then when you wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, it feels like it's 1 o'clock in the morning, because there's no sunlight. So because there was no sunlight, obviously we slept in a lot. Even we slept through our alarms. Like, you don't realise how much natural sunlight actually wakes you up in the morning until you get an inside cabin. But we slept in a little bit because of that reason, and we didn't even mean to sleep in. Like, Joe wanted to go see a movie one day, but we slept in and completely missed it. But yeah, so that's why I would recommend a balcony. And it's just so nice to wake up in the morning and then you can just step out onto your balcony and see the gorgeous view in your pyjamas. Because obviously if you want to go look at the view, if you're inside, then you have to get dressed, clean your teeth, get ready for the day, then go upstairs. But if you have a balcony, you can just get up and walk straight onto the balcony and look at the view in your pyjamas, which is lovely. So that is, yeah, I think I'd go for a balcony. Balconies are about £400 more expensive than an inside, which sounds very, very scary, but you know. The other option, of course, is an outside cabin, which is more expensive than an inside but cheaper than a balcony. An outside cabin is just like a window. You just get like one of those round windows. But an outside cabin is quite far down the ship. It's like at the lower compartments at the ship. If you ever look at a picture of a ship, you can see loads of like little circle windows down at the bottom, and then you have all of your balconies. So your outside cabin will be down at the bottom. You will not find an outside cabin near the top, and we like to be near the top, so it's either inside or balcony if you want to be at the top. If you don't mind being at the bottom, then go for an outside. Why not? Because you still get that natural sunlight coming in, but you will be at the bottom and you might feel the waves more and hear the engine and stuff like that. So yeah. Next tip is go in the middle of the ship and higher up the ship. So if you're going on first cruise and you don't know where to go because you don't know, if you're going to feel the movement of the ocean, go high up and go in the middle of the ship. The middle of the ship, obviously, it's where it's most balanced, so you won't feel it. And higher up also, you're further away from the sea level, so you won't feel it either. We were nearer the front this time. We always go in the middle, but we're nearer the front and you can definitely feel it. Next tip is if you're going on your first cruise, and do a short cruise, because you don't know if you're going to like it or not. So do like a 3-night cruise or a 4-night cruise for your first one, just in case you don't like it, because you don't want to do like a 2-week cruise and then figure out you don't like it and then you're stuck on there for 2 weeks, because that would be absolutely horrible. And if you get seasick anyway, I don't think you should worry about getting seasick on a cruise. I get seasick on ferries, but I'm perfectly fine on a cruise ship. But you can always get seasickness tablets and seasickness bands. They do have those medications on board, so you can buy them on board as well, but they're a lot more expensive than they would be on land, so just keep that in mind. 5. Take a copy of all of your travel documents, so your travel insurance, your booking references, everything. Print all of that off and take it with you, just in case, because you never know what's going to happen when you're there. I always had like my travel insurance with me, or I think my mum had my travel insurance, I don't know. We always had our travel insurance with us in our bags and things, in case anything happened or in case we missed the ship, then we can phone up our travel insurance people and like get a lift back to the ship and stuff like that. So yeah, always take a copy with you. Next, tip number 6, I would say take a flashlight if you're having an inside cabin, because like I said, if you are an inside cabin, there's no natural sunlight, so when you turn all the lights off, it is pitch black and you cannot see where you're going. You can only see like a little light underneath the door, where obviously the hallways have their light on, but other than that, it is completely pitch black in there. So take a flashlight, put it next to your bedside table, so if you need to go to the toilet in the middle of the night, you can see where you're going. Okay, number 7, don't worry if you get there and your bags aren't by your room. So basically what happens is when you turn up at the dock, you get all the workers, they come take your bags straight off of you and they go put them onto the ship. And when you go up to your room, sometimes your bags won't be outside of your door. Now don't worry about that. They have 3,000 bags, maybe more than that, because some people take 2 bags. So they could have like 6,000 bags that they need to get onto the ship and put by everybody's room. But you have your luggage label and everything, which has your room number on your suitcase. So they will find your room and they will put your suitcase outside your room, but don't worry if it's not there. I mean, it might not be there until like half an hour before you depart from Southampton or wherever you're departing from. So yeah, don't worry if it's not there, it will be there. Right, tip number 8 is put your phone on flight mode. Put it on flight mode. Oh my god. Okay, so when obviously you're going to a different country, you have to pay more to use their internet and stuff like that. So what I did is I got O2 Travel, which is you pay £2 every time you use your internet and your texting, whatever, and then you're free to use it for the rest of the day. You just have to pay £2 a day. But it's only when you're on land, okay? Do not use your phone whatsoever when you're at sea. Even if you've got O2 Travel or Vodafone Travel or whatever, if you've got a deal, don't use it at sea because it doesn't work at sea. It only works when you're on land because it connects to the land's signal. When you're at sea, it connects to maritime signal, which is extremely expensive, okay? So my dad didn't know this and he used his phone at sea and got charged like £40 for like a minute of internet, and got charged like 40 quid because he used it on the maritime sea, because so put your phone on flight mode when you're at sea, just to double check, or even just turn it off, put it in the safe in your room just to so no text come through, no internet comes through, no nothing comes through, and you're not charged ridiculous amounts of money. So even if you do have a travel deal, like I said, only use it on land because it connects to the land's signal. When you're at sea, it doesn't connect to anything. Your phone will automatically connect to maritime signal, which is extremely expensive, so make sure you turn your phone off when you're at sea. Okay. Tip 9 is, I don't know, always check your onboard account every single day. So when you go on a ship, you get a little cruise card, and with that cruise card you can go buy stuff. It's literally like a credit card. You just, every time you buy a drink, you give them your cruise card and they put it onto your cruise account, and it's It's pretty much a credit card and it's very easy to spend a lot of stuff with it. But every day check your cruise account. You can do that by going on your TV and like clicking menu, and it says account details, and you click on account details and it will come up with your cruise account. It's basically a bank statement pretty much with everything that you've brought and what it's adding up to. So then you can make sure you're not overspending anything, and just check your cruise account every day, and you know, yeah. Okay, tip number 10. Check if the centre... Check if you like the town that you're going to is walking distance from the ship, because that will save you a lot of money going on excursions and things. If you see that there's not much to do in the centre of the town wherever you're going, then you know, do an excursion, do something fun. But if there's quite fun things to do from like walking distance, or if you can get, because the ship does shuttle buses as well, so you can get a shuttle bus to the centre of the city, and you know, just do that to save you money on short excursions. You can explore the city yourself, you don't need a short excursion. That's my phone. Yeah, you don't need a short excursion. I mean, yeah, they are fun and there are like a lot of things you can experience and do. So if you really want to do something different, definitely do a short excursion. But if you want to save your money, check what port you're going to. If it's walking distance, like what was walking distance? Madeira was walking distance from the ship. Actually, we got a shuttle bus from that, but it was walking distance. So you could walk straight to the shopping centre and everything from the ship. What else was quite close? I can't even remember. Vigo was walking distance, La Palma was walking distance. Actually, all of them were walking distance, but we did some excursions anyway because it is really fun. But yeah, that's how you can save your money. Check to make sure that it's walking distance, or you can get a free shuttle bus from the ship to the main centre of the town. Then you're just saving your money a little bit there. Okay, tip number 11 is for spa deals. Anyone who likes going to a spa or having treatments done, wait till you are on board the ship to book your spa treatments, okay? Like there are, if you go on your cruise itinerary beforehand, there are like spa deals and packages on there which are ridiculously expensive. Wait till you are on board ship before you book any of your spa deals. I went and booked a pedicure, which I think was about £49, which I know is really expensive. It was the Fire and Ice pedicure. It was really nice. But I thought I want to splurge out on one treatment, and then I think it was like 2 days later they came out with a deal, and the deal was you get 5 treatments for £69. Yes, 5 treatments for £69, and it was either 5 for £69 or 3 for £39. Like, that's amazing. And that was, so obviously I got that. That was a salt and sugar scrub, and then a back massage, a facial, a foot and leg massage, and a scalp massage. So it was pretty good for £69. So I was like, yeah, I'm doing that. Like, it was, yeah. So wait till you're on board, and they will have like all these different spa deals and everything on board, so definitely don't book it beforehand. Okay, so tip number 12 is to always remember your medication. They do have medication on board if you need it, but it is more expensive. Just like paracetamol, I took everything because I have IBS and I have acid reflux and stuff. I took Gaviscon, Pepto-Bismol, I've already said Gaviscon. I took Gaviscon, Pepto-Bismol, Buscopan, Domperidone for anti-sickness, and then travel sickness tablets, paracetamol, ibuprofen. Just make sure you take every medication, and there's no limit on how much medication you have or how many liquids or whatever you can take. You can take as much as you want, so just take as much as you want and make sure you're stocked up. You can, like I said, buy it on board, but it is really expensive. So next is about the tips on how, you know, you tip your people who clean your room, for what they're called, your waiters and everything like that. So you get a £5 charge to your cabin every single day for tips. So £5 a day. We were there for 12 days. £60 on tips, which actually really isn't that bad. £60 for tips, it automatically goes off your onboard account. Then, you know, it makes it easy for you because you don't have to take cash to give them out tips if you don't want to. But we did. You can take that £5 off of your account if you want to. You go to the front desk and get like a little sheet that you need to fill out saying why you want to take it off. You can also lower it. We lowered it to £3, and then we kept some extra cash and gave the cash to like the people that we preferred. So my mum and dad gave it to the person that cleaned their room. I think they gave them like 30 quid, and then you give some to your waiters, so then it's a little bit more personal, and you can make sure that the people that you like actually get your tips, because when it's going through the onboard account automatically, it's not always, you don't always know if your waiters and your person that cleans your room are going to get it. So if you do it this way and give them your own tips, as long as you know, then you make sure that they get it, and it's personal then, do you know what I mean? It's quite nice. So yeah, it always takes some money to give out extra tips if you really like the person. And like I said, you can take the automatic tip that they put onto your account, you can take that off or lower it to, like I said, we lowered it to £3. So you can always do that, and then take cash and then give it to the people that you like personally at the end of your cruise. So that's always nice. So lastly, I just wanted to say, you know, I love cruising, and it's just because you don't have to get up early for flights. They will give you a time on what time you need to be on ship. So ours was 3 o'clock, but we got there at 1 o'clock, and then we actually ended up going on at about 2. So we ended up getting on early, which was pretty cool. But they give you a time on what time to go on, and it's usually from 12 onwards, so you don't have to get up early to get to airport or anything, so it's quite nice. And lastly, cruises are not that expensive, okay? People think cruises are really expensive, and when I say, oh, you know, you should go on a cruise, they're like, oh no, it's way too expensive. And like, it's really not that expensive, okay? Ours was 12 nights around the Canary Islands on P&O's larger ship, which is called the Ventura. And that was £1,000, which is really good considering you get all of your meals for free. The only thing you have to pay for is your drinks. So you get all meals for free. You get, obviously you have the theatre entertainment, which is free. You get the cinema entertainment, which is free. All of your entertainment is free. All the deck parties, that's all free. Like everything that's included in a cruise, it's all free. The only thing you pay for is like your drinks and stuff. So obviously spa treatments. That's a really good deal. They're really not that expensive. It depends where you go and what time of year you go, obviously, because from in the summer holidays when the kids are broken off, it's going to be more expensive. So, but yeah, if you go into a Caribbean for 12 nights, it might be 1,500, which I say then it is expensive because it's the Caribbean, so you have you have a lot further to travel. So it's going to be more expensive, but around the Mediterranean actually isn't that expensive. The Mediterranean for 2 weeks I found was 1,300, which I think is pretty good, to be honest. My boyfriend are looking at holidays for next year, and there was one to Gran Canaria for a week for £700, and I'm like, are you serious? £700 for a week? Like, we paid £300 more to go on a 2-week cruise, and that's £700 for 1 week. Like, that's expensive. Cruises I find are actually a much cheaper alternative than to what you would think, unless you can find a really good deal, then hey. And cruises do a lot of deals as well. That's another thing I almost forgot. You get onboard account. You get onboard credit. So me and my boyfriend got £45 each. So yeah, the cruise companies give you money, which is pretty awesome, and they put it onto your onboard account, so you have £45 of free money to spend. And you know, it depends what room you go and how much money you get, and you can also get deals as well. You can see it when you book it. It says you get an extra £100 or something like that. So you can get up to £200 onboard money on your account. So they will give you £200 on your account to spend however you like on the cruise. So that's pretty awesome that they literally just give you money to spend on the cruise. So that was pretty good. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this cruise tip video, and if that helped any of you that want to go on a cruise. So don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!